What's going on, Knights of X? We are going to go right into it today. I just hopped off of my live stream about an hour ago, and I've been analyzing what I just occurred with the brand new game mode Coliseum, the new marquee structure, along with the error level system, and giving you my thoughts of what I think of it and my concerns for the future. First and foremost, the overall experience has been very disappointing so far, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news and to be like that, but I was expecting something a little bit more fun and engaging right away in the beginning. Honestly, what it seems like, and we're going right into Coliseum, we're going to start with that. This game mode is 100% pay to win. 100% pay to win. Do I think there's any skill involved? As of right now, no. I have 3 accounts, and I had tried 3 different strategies, and they all ended up the same. The one thing that matters with this game mode is how much you invest into the character's error level. That is pretty much it. You upgrade the character's error level, you get their star count up, that's what's going to do it for you. Pure monetization. If you go to the leaderboards over here, which we'll talk about a little bit later, the top scores, which this is my main account, I ended up taking my Luke to 6-star and level 13. I'm sure this is going to get flooded with new accounts tomorrow morning, but it's pretty much you're on a leaderboard with random people, and you're going to get rewards based off what you place. The more you invest into the character through, currency, monetization, the higher you're going to get. These rewards are going to lead you to a new store called the Error Shipment, which is going to get you your gear or Relic 10 material, as well as really awesome Lightspeed tokens. So not everything in this update is bad. It's just the game mode Coliseum has been very disappointing so far. But I just want to go over the rewards are leading to this. And you're getting Lightspeed tokens for newer players. Endgame players probably going to go for the coaxial server motor for your Relic 10. But what I used to do as a content creator is when a new character marquee came out, I would take the character all the way to 6-star. And from that point, I get them to 6-star. I wait the full week to get them to 7. I'm not a crazy kraken where I want them 7-star day 1. I would be able to get them to relics. I could use them if I wanted to. Use them in every single game mode. That is gone. No longer can do that. I now am bringing them to 6-star. So I'll eventually get them to 7-star by the end of the week. But now, if I want to compete in Coliseum to the max, to everyone else, I now have to invest into this brand new store called the Error Store, where it's going to be giving me 7 different types of currencies to compete with other players. Now, CG has already said in their post that they recommend, or the recommended level that players are going to get in the pass is 65, which means gear 12. So throughout the whole cycle, that's absolutely fine. So the newer players will be able to get higher than they were before. What it's affecting a lot is those mid and end game players that don't crazy whale and crack out, but have a lot of the old currency from being a long-time player. You're now competing with players that have been in the game just as long as you, or brand new whales that are actively going to be spending money on these different packs. And over here, you're going to see this is another level of currency that we're going to have to invest in to get our characters up and running. And you don't even get that much. Like, this is 400 crystals for very low currency of the error level currency to get your character up in levels. This is 2,000. This almost feels worse than spending crystals on Datacrons, because at least Datacrons, I'm using them in a game mode that I enjoy in PvP, where it involves strategy, skill. So obviously sometimes Grand Arena does require paywalls and stuff like that, but I was able to compete with massive accounts because of Datacrons and my investment towards them, not any crazy spending, all through Conquest. This feels worse. I don't want to spend crystals on this currency to get my characters up and running for Coliseum in their era mode. It just doesn't feel right. And these packs are crazy. There's for specific era levels. Like, look how many different currencies this is. This is insane. Absolutely insane. So, what it looks like is that the Relic 10 material and your placement in Coliseum is 100% dictated on how much you're putting into that currency. Not even just getting the character up and running to 6 or 7-star. It is now revolved on this brand new currency. And as this is my main account, so I dropped $30 today. I hoarded a bunch of crystals because I didn't go hard on Forlom, Zuckuss, or the B-Wing. I have been hoarding for the next main era, which was this one, and I'm looking forward to it because we got a bunch of cool characters. We have freaking Darth Vader's duels, and we're going to get Spider-Legs Maul. I did not feel right doing this. I got them to 6-star like I normally do, but look at this level up. I'm going to move my webcam really quick, but as you can see here, let's see, am I locked? Looks like I'm locked from moving it, but I'll just hide it from here. That is a new currency that is going to be very hard to obtain and jumpstart to get your high rank. And then this currency right here, it's very hard to obtain. Obviously, you're going to get some every other day, but as an endgame player, I'm constantly battling in the top 200, top 100, getting close to top 50 consistently. I will not be able to compete with all of the accounts that are going to be on these leaderboards. You're going to see crazy, crazy accounts up there that get... I saw Luke already at level 72 today. If you go to the global leaderboards, what I want to talk about, this is also going to be a serious issue. I think CG is aware of it, so I'm not going to be too harsh on them. Cheating. The cheating is definitely bad. There are players. I've seen multiple high scores of like 100K, 200K, 500K. This is 37 million. This player, it looks like they're already been banned, but it looks like this is reminding me of the very old system that there was where it was kind of like a leaderboards thing where you get a new marquee character and the top player would get that marquee at 7-star. It's a little bit different because we're not getting a character, but it reminds me of that back in the day. I forgot what they're called, but cheating is a big no-no for this game mode. CG is aware of it. They never addressed it previously that it could be a concern, but that is a huge red flag, but I think they're on it. So that's the first thing I want to say. But number 2, or really number 1 right now in the global leaderboards is 10K from Prometheus, and they are from Sith's Reborn. I think they came into my Twitch chat tonight, so big shout out to Prometheus. Just to show you guys what their level is and what they put into Luke, 72. This requires a lot of monetization. It's just straight up. I had a loyal member of the channel, Shadow, mention to me that he was able to get his Luke to 72. It cost him $400 to do that. That is expensive. When the old marquee system, you were practically spending $150 and you're getting your character all the way up and running immediately, and you can use them in Grand Arena, TB, Galactic Challenges. You get to play with them right away. We're stuck doing a Coliseum battle that, which, to be honest with you, did not require much strategy, and it seems to be a pure monetization gear relic check, or whatever you call it, your error level currency check. So I didn't find any strategy. Like I said, as soon as I got my Luke to level 13, I got really lucky and I was able to get the win. But the standard seems to be level 15 is going to get you through tier 1. Tier 2, I'm going to show you guys an example. I have a error level 13 Luke, and those are his abilities. He's at 6-star. I can't level him up anymore. Watch how the battle goes. I'm 13. We have to deal with 72s. Okay, he actually didn't start with an AoE, so I'm actually going to get a higher score than I have before. But usually starts with an AoE, and he destroys my entire team. I got 104. Let's just do some damage before he one-shots me. There you go. That's how it usually starts. But hey, I'll take it. I got a higher score than I did before. Maybe I go up in the leaderboards by 151. But it's just very, very hard. And this is from an account that has dropped $30 and has been hoarding crystals. Free-to-play accounts is going to be different. They're not going to be able to compete on these leaderboards. The rewards for rank 1 through 10 are amazing. And practically, the goal is going to be to get through 60 or higher. Because then it's going to start to get really, really low. Obviously, if you can score above 90, that's not too bad. But the real sweet spot is top 30. Like, these rewards are going to be so important for endgame players, Relic 10, Lightspeed tokens. It's just very, very unfortunate that you can't just go hard on a character. You now have to go hard on their error level to catch up and progress into the leaderboard. Obviously, this is going to be done throughout a whole time span, but those beginner players are going to be absolutely killing it in the game mode. And I'm not a big fan of a brand new game mode being so monetized like this. It's just not my cup of tea. I was expecting something to be very fun and good for new players. As an endgame player and someone that has a free-to-play account, I didn't really have a good time spending $1 a minute and a half getting my, absolute butt whooped by a giant beast in 2 seconds. And I just don't know what it's going to be like. Maybe it'll be good in the long term, but as of right now, it feels like a raid. It feels like a raid with zero strategy. Just complete paywall, paycheck. I didn't find a strategy at all. Obviously, you just want to do as much damage as possible, but I don't think there's much you can do without... There just wasn't any synergy about it, but that's my personal opinion on the Coliseum. Overall, the layout of the map, I don't know if they should have dedicated an entire spot on the Cantina for a marquee. I think it was fine with where it was, but okay, I guess. Other things I want to talk about, I just want to show you guys over here. You get this pass. It's going to show you all the error levels over here. This goes all the way to error level, I believe it's 665. And if you do that, you're going to get 4,000 currency. So what this means, you need to max out every single marquee character at level 95 to get this. It's going to be very hard to do. You're going to have to drop some money. Typical, I think they said CG, you're going to be at level 65 or 55. Whatever it is to get to Gear 12, that's what you're going to hit by the end of the era. But in my neck of the woods, Gear 12 ain't going to cut it. It's just simply not going to cut it. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to compete. So overall, Coliseum seems a little bit disappointing. It seems like it's going to be a very repetitive game mode, in my personal opinion. I hope it doesn't feel like that. Obviously, the bosses are going to change, but I don't know. This seems like it's maybe good in the moment, and then after doing it all the time, it's just going to feel like the same time sink as other game modes. That's something I'm definitely concerned about. Now let's talk about some of the positives. I do want to talk about some of the positives. I did refresh my store over here, and I'm going to grab that. This is great. We now can get our bronzium wiring carbonite circuit boards with MK1 currency. That is a massive, massive change, especially for my free-to-play account. My main account's going to love it too, even though I have a lot of that currency. The MK2 currency, taking the Zimbitals and the Electrium, it's kind of mixed opinions because I do really need a lot of the Gear 12 pieces on my alt account and my free-to-play account. So that taking away from that is going to be kind of tough, but I guess I'll focus more on the arrow magnifiers completely and the impulse detectors, and now this brand new material called corrupted signal data. So that's going to be probably a main point of my spending of my raid currency is on that. But overall, I think this is a phenomenal change for players, and I'm a big fan of them easing up on the crunch of carbonite circuit boards and bronzium wiring. It is just way better. I'll give CG credit for that. That's massive. Next thing I want to talk about that I think is really awesome that they did is the quest. And if you go to the journey quest here, you can practically get a general or a Harrison Dula at Gear 13, Relic 0, I believe, including Zetas, right away. You have to win 10 battles with Luke, any form of Luke, and then you have to attempt to inflict vulnerable 100 times. So if you guys do happen to have Santa Staros up and running, or if you have like a low gear CX2, you can go into the journey guide, into like an R2 event, and just play it over and over and over, and just do CX2 on one of the later tiers, and just keep hitting the second ability, and he's going to apply vulnerable. Mara Jade applies vulnerable. Santa Staros on the Star Killer, her AoE does vulnerable as well. So there's many different ways of doing it. Boss Nass on a basic. I'm going to find out different cheeses for very early game players so you can get this right away. But that is a great change. Speaking of another bigaboo that they need to fix, Star Killer's event does not seem to be possible right now because of Relic Delta. So I'm going to show you an example. I got noticed, someone told me this in my YouTube chat today, that you literally cannot complete the last tier of Star Killer because of Relic Delta. They're at Relic 5, and I believe you are at Relic 0. So I'm going to show you guys how this is going to go. It's not even close. Normally, with the old Star Killer event, you absolutely one-shot everyone on a basic. Does not seem to happen here. Absolutely getting pulverized. It's not even close. So they do need to fix that. That is a major issue for anyone trying to unlock Star Killer. I think the same thing with Afra's final tier. There is an issue with the Relic Delta disparity. So that is something also I wanted to talk about. But overall, something just doesn't sit right with this update for me. I don't want to spend any more of my income, of my crystals, on this currency right here. It just doesn't feel right. Relic 10 is going to be very important for my neck of the woods. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. This is just my initial impressions of the game mode itself. I find it a little disappointing. I just find it that it's just going to be very repetitive and not as fun as I thought it'd be. But again, very early on, we're going to have to see. This seems to be another big monetization game mode, and I really wish it wasn't going to be like that. But I guess that's the way it is. If I have to fall behind because of the relic difference of Relic 10. By the way, there's a free Relic 10 in the web store. I highly recommend you get it. I am still debating on who I want to put my Relic 10 on. But if you go over here, let's say I go to Lord Vader, it shows you exactly everything. And I'll hide my webcam for a second. I was able to get 20 from the web store. And it does not require any of the other gear pieces besides impulse detectors and arrow magnifiers. But this new corrupted signal data will definitely be needed. And yeah, it's going to be interesting about how this is going to go going forward. I have a Grand Arena opponent coming up. I do not know. I haven't checked their roster. I don't know if they have a Relic 10 yet. But they have a level 23 Luke. So they're definitely putting in some money. Let's see if they put Relic 10 on anyone. Let's see. Relic Amplifier level. Okay, looks like no one is Relic 10 yet, but we'll probably find one soon. So, just wanted to point that out there. You were able to get a Relic 10 for the first round of Grand Arena, but I want to know what you guys think. Am I way off on this? Is this actually a good update? Am I just my initial impression wrong? I just don't find it very fun at the moment, but again, time will tell. Guys, did enjoy this video, leave a like. Please leave all your feedback in the comment section down below. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel to become a Knight of X. And I'll see you guys in the next video. May the Force be with you all.